Wow.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Chris, aka Tyrone. Welcome back to the Bro Props YouTube channel. Today, I have a four-pick prize picks board for y'all. Before we get into the board, remember hit the like, subscribe, notification bell on our YouTube channel. Come join our Discord. We're having fun. Monday Night Football didn't go as well as we'd hoped. All the right reads, just none of things just didn't play out right. I believe I gave everyone this four picker. It was Quay Walker, Jimmy Garoppolo, Josh Jacobs, and Will Smith. Um, I wanted Josh Jacobs' rush attempts, but PrizePicks waited as long as they possibly could to post that prop. So I got impatient. I went with rush yards, and it ended up getting me, even though that was Josh Jacobs' highest rushing total of the entire season. So a little frustrating. Walked away with a 2x since PrizePicks rebooted us on Quay Walker. It's all good. We're gonna bounce back, and we're gonna win tonight. So I have a board for y'all for today, and what we have is the Thursday Night Football props. So very first pick on the board, let's go ahead and jump right into it. I have Isaiah Pacheco to go over 16 and a half rushing attempts. So I'm coming with that because Denver is really bad at defense, but they are really bad at stopping the run. So this right here, we're looking at the total defense. This is their yards per game allowed rushing, their rushing yards per game allowed. And the Denver Broncos, as you can see, allow 33 more yards per game than anybody else, about 34 more yards per game than anyone else. It's a lot, almost 200 yards a game. That is a whole lot to be allowing. Yeah, that's just quite a bit. Kansas City, obviously, they got Mahomes, but hey, if the game plan calls for it, I feel like if the game plan does call for it, Isaiah Pacheco to go over 16 and a half rushing attempts, just feed him. He can get a stat padding game for himself, and he can do at least that. I stay away from rushing yards and receiving yards. I like to do rushing attempts and receiving targets because the guy might only catch two passes, even though he might have had 8 targets type stuff. So like on your top receivers, their targets are always going to be high. Their catches might not always be high. But so with running back, same kind of thing. You might get 20 carries for 60 yards, right? And you took 80 yards, and he should have got it at 20 carries, but he didn't, right? So I always feel like rush attempts are and receiving targets are a better thing to take with running backs and such. Moving on over, I have Russell Wilson to go over 19.5 rush yards. Um, I imagine at some point he's gonna, be a little under pressure from Kansas City. He should be on the field a decent amount of time, not because they're going to be doing a whole lot, but because I feel like Kansas City is going to be moving quickly. Um, so if he wants to do something tonight, I think he needs to try to push this over on rushing yards. To extend some plays, extend some drives with some runs. That is the only way they're going to extend drives if he is willing to take off running. So we'll see what happens. That should happen. Like I said, we're going by. I like to bet on the things that are supposed to happen. If Russell Wilson wants to extend drives, he needs to rush. So I think Russell Wilson to go over 19.5 rushing yards. So moving on down, I have Javonte Williams, Denver's running back, to go under 9.5 fantasy score for the whole game. I just don't see any reason why he should go over this unless, unfortunately, something terrible happens. I got this sick feeling earlier that Denver's going to drive it down the field on their first play of the game, and he's going to get a rushing touchdown after I put this board in. If that happens, I'm going to be pissed off. But I feel like that's the only way he should bust this. Go over 9.5 fantasy score. He's going to have to score a touchdown. Um, Kansas City, they have Mahomes, but their defense is really, really good too. They don't allow a whole bunch of rushing yards. We can actually take a look at that. Here they are right here. They only allow about 97 rushing yards a game. They're usually in the lead, or they usually will be in the lead. And so that's what I'm going with is for Javonte Williams to go under 9.5 fantasy score. That allows a little bit of rushing yards, a little bit of receptions, a little bit of receiving yards. He just can't score a touchdown. I don't think he will. So moving on over, last play, I have Kansas City's punter Tommy Townsend to go under 3.5 punts. Like I've been showing y'all this whole video, Denver's defense is not very good. Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes has Travis Kelce. And Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. I'll say that one more time. So I don't imagine that they're going to be punting the ball too much against a really, really, really bad defense. So we'll see what happens there. I know the one thing that Denver has going for them is they have a top cornerback in Patrick Surtain Jr., I think, or it might be the second. Tell me who Mahomes' number one receiver is besides Travis Kelce. You know, it's a tight end. You know, it's his top receiver is a tight end, and I don't imagine that Pat Surtain is going to be on Travis Kelce too much during the game. So regardless, all that being said, I don't imagine that Kansas City is going to have too much trouble moving the ball or scoring. They should put Denver behind pretty early, which is going to start forcing Russell Wilson to have to do crazy things to extend drives, and they'll probably need to run the ball a little bit less. So that's kind of where I'm going there with all of that. That's the board I have for y'all today. I also have a 3-picker together here. I'm not sure if you can see it in the background. It's pretty much minus Russell Wilson rushing yards, another play that I'm feeling really good about. And then I have a 6-picker that I'm thinking about posting as well. I feel like it's a pretty solid board. But we'll see. This is where we cook football, especially when we have one game. So good luck to us all tonight. Come join our Discord, bros. Come follow us on Twitter. Like, subscribe, notification bell on YouTube channel. And let's see where we go from here, guys. Been having some fun. And I imagine we're going to keep winning because that's what we do. We know ball. Appreciate it. See you guys later. Peace.